Hi, welcome to Photography by Daniel, also LifeFotos.com. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a tip on how to take still life objects and make them look like they're smoking hot. Okay, so as you can see, today we're going to be using a green apple that we got from our local grocery store. And we're just going to give it a steaming effect, okay? So really with this, it's actually a very simple technique. It's a lot of fun. You can do this with toys. You can do this with any still life objects. I would not try to use this on anything that's moving. The reason being is because it's going to be a low shutter speed. And when you're doing that, you're going to really create movement in that. So if the object's moving, I would not suggest that. All right, so it's a pretty simple setup. Today I'm using my Canon 7D that I absolutely love. This is a fantastic camera. I do a lot of different events with this. I'm going to be using a 50mm lens, and then I have it set up on my tripod. It is crucial to have set up on a tripod to stabilize your shot and get you going. You don't want to hold the camera or have someone hold it or anything like that, to go from there. Okay, so setting up, we have our apple, we have our camera, and so before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and set up my focal point on my actual apple. So I'm going to take my camera, I'm going to put it in autofocus, okay, that's going to be the AF on the lens. So then I'm going to line up my shot, I'm going to center up my apple, and I pretty much have this apple right in the middle where I want it in my screen, okay, not my screen, but my camera lens. So I have it right there lined up in the middle. I've already selected my focal point. Then once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and drop it into manual focus. Okay, the reason why I'm going to drop it into manual focus is because I'm getting ready to turn off the lights here in my studio. And then so the camera is going to be looking for something to focus on, and it's just you might come out with a distorted image. So I would just say drop it into manual focus once you have everything placed. Next, what you're going to use is you're going to have just a packing string, okay? And I have this attached to just a little LED light here that I purchased from my local Home Depot. All right, so it's just like $1 or $2, something like that. Very handy. All right, so I'm going to control my lights back here a little bit, drop them. All right, so the camera settings that I'm using today is going to be, my white balance is going to be on sunlight. My shutter speed is going to be on 8 seconds, okay? And my aperture is going to be at a 5.6, and my ISO is going to be at 100. ISO, yes, you could bump that up for more light, but my suggestion is anytime that you can use a lower ISO, the better. A lot of cameras, like I can shoot 3200 ISO in this camera, depending on the venue, and I can get some awesome shots like at sporting events and things like that, but in something like this, it's a little bit more artsy and a little more detailed. The lower the ISO, the better, because it's going to be less grainier. Okay, and let's see here. All right, and I think we're just about ready to go ahead and get it going. Okay, so as you can see is I have essentially what we're going to be doing here is I'm going to be holding the flashlight above the apple, and I'm just going to kind of go in a circular motion. All right, back and forth just like this, okay? And I'm going to kind of get different angles on the light, and then or I can stay on one side and create more of a shadow. It's really subjective to the artist taking the photo. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready here. I have my camera on my 2-second timer, and I'm just going to stay on this side just a little bit to kind of get a little bit of a shadow on that other side. I'm not going to do it for the full 8 seconds, but that was pretty close. Okay, that's not bad. I think I'm going to do one more with a little bit more balance. My string was a little bit to the right. Okay, and that is it's a pretty cool look, but even with the experience I have, it is a little too hot, so I'm going to do it just a little bit less. And this is all part of the trial and error. So you always just want to keep trying and trying until you get the desired result that you want. Okay, and that looks pretty cool. All right, well, I'd like to thank you for stopping by Photography by Daniel, LifePhotos.com. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave that in the comment section. And as always, please subscribe. Happy shooting.